And thank you, Angela, for starting this wonderful thing we call Baba Zoom with Baba's Grace,
Hmm.
because what would we do without it, you know? I mean, it's just been the greatest uniter and platform for everyone to enjoy Baba's grace, you know? I wanted to start out with the song I was going to save till the last song because I want to do it first because in case people leave or whatever. Is the Master's Prayer. Baba helped me put it to music recently. O Parvardigar, the preserver and protector of all, you are without beginning and without end, non-dual beyond comparison, and none can measure you. You are without color, without expression, without form, and without attributes. You are unlimited and unfathomable beyond imagination and conception, eternal and imperishable. You are indivisible and none can see you, but with eyes divine, you always were, you always are, and always will be. You are everywhere, you are in everything, and you are also beyond everywhere and beyond everything. You are in the firmament and in the depths. You are manifest and unmanifest on all planes and beyond all planes. You are in the three worlds and also beyond the three worlds. You are imperceptible and independent. You are the Creator, the Lord of Lords, the knower of all minds and hearts. You are omnipotent and omnipresent. You are knowledge infinite, power infinite, and bliss infinite. You are the ocean of knowledge, all-knowing, infinitely knowing, the knower of the past, the present, and future. And you are knowledge itself. You are all merciful and eternally benevolent. You are the soul of souls, the one with infinite attributes. You are the Trinity of truth, knowledge, and bliss. You are the source of truth, the ocean of love. You are the ancient one, the highest of the high. You are Prabhu and Parameshwar, You are the beyond God, and the beyond God also. You are Para Brahma, Allah, Ilahi, Yasta, Ahura Mazda, and God the beloved. You are named Isa, the only one worthy of worship. O Parvatigar, the preserver and protector of all.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, now I can put this jumbo 12-string down. And this is a little song that I wrote for Baba Zoom in 2023, I guess it was. A little commercial for Baba Zoom. And it's to the tune of a Jewish folk tune. And it's called the Baba Zoom song. Zoom baba 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 zoom baba baba zoom baba 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 zoom baba baba zoom baba 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 zoom baba baba zoom baba 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 zoom baba baba. There's a place in cyberspace where we need to share Baba's grace. Baba zoom 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 Baba zoom. Baba zoom, 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 Baba zoom. Zoom, Baba, Baba, Baba zoom, Baba, Baba. Zoom, Baba, Baba, Baba zoom, Baba, Baba. Zoom, Baba, Baba, Baba zoom, Baba, Baba. Zoom, Baba, Baba, Baba zoom, Baba. Well, it started when the pandemic came, and it stayed like a long burning flame. Baba zoom, 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 Baba zoom. Baba zoom, 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 Baba zoom. Zoom, Baba, Baba, Baba zoom, Baba, Baba. 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 There's a place in cyberspace where you can meet and not show your face. Baba zoom, 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 Baba zoom. Baba zoom, 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 Baba zoom. Zoom, Baba, Baba, Baba zoom, Baba, Baba. Zoom, Baba, Baba, Baba zoom, Baba, Baba. Zoom, Baba, Baba, Baba zoom, Baba, Baba. Zoom.
Very catchy. Everybody's got to learn it. That's your homework.
Fun, fun.
I've had so much fun on Baba Zoom. In our Baba meetings that used to take place at our house at night are now on Zoom, and it's fortunate because none of us can drive at night anymore, so makes it very handy to be able to meet via Zoom, So, thank you, Baba.
You don't have to go out of the house.
Right. Hold on, gotta tighten this thing down.
Beautiful song, Pam. Really
thank you.
wonderful.
And this is a song about all the places that we have that Baba has been. It's called This Is Where He Walked. This is where he walked when he was here. This is where he walked when he was here. Every rock is like a souvenir, for this is where he walked when he was here. This is where he stayed and where he prayed. This is where he stood, isn't it good to know what he did as if we understood? This is where he stood, isn't it good? And where did he go? Well, God only knows. And where does he stay? In the hearts of those who won't let him slip away. This is where he took his humble meals. This is what we love, just how it feels to be in a place so full of simple grace. And this is where he took his humble meals. And where did he go? Well, God only knows. And when will he be back? Well, God knows we're bound to go off track. This is where he walked when he was here. This is where he walked when he was here. Every rock is like a souvenir, for this is where he walked. This is where he walked. This is where he walked when he was here. Gee, Baba. Thank you, Baba.
I love that song.
Thank you. Here's a little song Baba gave me after I had a wonderful dream of him. I would say it was around 2005. Had a really great dream of Baba. This is called Thank You. Thank you for your smile, and thank you for your grace, and thank you for the way you welcome me into your space, and thank you for the times when I'm with you, just to catch your eye. Well, it made me want to cry. If anyone should ask me, well, I couldn't tell them why. But if they knew you well, they shouldn't have to. But just to hear your voice whispering in my ear, those words you've never spoken, dear, they're coming through so clear. And what more can you say after I love you? And when I've knelt down within my heart, I felt the world melt down, my worries fell apart. Take away my voice, you take away my breath. I know that I will love you with whatever else is left, and that you hold the key for me to love you. So thank you for your smile, and thank you for your grace. No one that I've ever known could ever take your place, for you're the only one. There's none above you. Whenever I've knelt down within my heart, I felt the world melt down, my worries fell apart, my worries fell apart, my worries fell apart.
One of my faves.
Thank you. And a lot of you know this song through the video that Bob Fredericks made. Beautiful video. It's called Days at Merzad. talking about the man who said he was God. Look at all the flowers swaying, and on the porch a guitar's playing songs for Go Air Katie and Army Loves. The stories that they tell are something rare, and when I think of them, I wish I were there. You know they won't be there forever. They're going home, it's now or never. Come and hear the treasure that they share. They are sitting on the porch, holding high the torch of his love. La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la. Erich is a man I want you to meet. He welcomes you with open arms and he smiles so sweet. For 30 years he's told the stories about the love, the pain and glory, and staying up all night watching Baba sleep. And he is sitting on the porch, holding high the torch of his love. And he is sitting on the porch, holding high the torch of his love. Look at all the flowers swaying, and on the porch a guitar's playing songs for Go Air Katie and Army Loves. And they are sitting on the porch, holding high the torch of his love. They are sitting on the porch, holding high the torch of his love. And they are sitting on the porch, holding high the torch. I remember days at Mary's side, talking about the man who said he was God.
What a beautiful one. What a treasure. Wow.
Thank you, Baba.
Mm.
This is called I Bow Down to the God in You. And I bow down to the God in all of you. Some of us are so full of heart, and some of us are so very smart. However God manifests his part, I bow down to the God in you. I bow down to the God in you. Some can sing with an angel voice, and other ones may be silent by choice. And I don't care if you're girls or boys, I bow down to the goddess in you. I bow down to the goddess in you. Oh, because it's not about you. I see myself in everyone, some more than others. I see myself especially in you, my dear sisters and brothers, my dear sisters and brothers. Some of us may be lacking in heart, we're all working at this divine art. However God manifests his part, I bow down to the God in you. I bow down to the goddess in you. I bow down to the God in you. I say namaste to you. Namaste. And Bao Kalchuri asked me to write this next song. He said, we have a song for the Master's Prayer, which was Pete Townsend's version of it. And we have a song for the God Prayer, but we don't have one for the Repentance Prayer. So write it. Okay. No pressure. All right. I give all the credit to Baba, because the song practically wrote itself, and I was really nervous, like, oh God, I've got to write this song for Val. But Baba came in and did it for me. So here we go. We repent, O God most merciful, for all our sins, for every false, unjust, or unclean thoughts within, for every word spoken that should not have been spoken, for every deed done that should not have been done, for deeds and words and thoughts inspired by hate or selfishness, and for lustful thoughts and actions we most especially repent, for lies and all hypocrisy and sins that only you can see, for promises given but not fulfilled, and for backbiting and slander, relieve our guilt. We repent, O God most merciful, for all our sins. We most specially repent for bringing others ruin, and for every word and deed that's given pain to them. For all these sins, we ask you to forgive us, for you are mercy, and you are here within us, and pardon us all for this debt we can't fulfill, when we think and speak and act against your holy will. Amen.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I'm recording another CD as of last week. I started, and this song is going to be on it. It might be even the title track. It's called "It's Always Now." There was a man upon a hill. He spoke the truth. I hear him still. He said, "Don't worry about the past, and of the future no die is cast. Live in the present, listen to me. Your time is precious, you're dear to me. It's now, it's always now. 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 It's not the future that hasn't passed. It's not the old days that never last. It's not tomorrow that hasn't dawned. It's not last Tuesday, no, that is gone. It's now, it's always now. 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 So happy, happy 3rd of July, and merry, merry day after Christmas. There needn't be a reason why to celebrate each moment's business now. It's always 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 now. It's not your childhood, sweet days of youth. It's not your old age, the unknown truth. It's not the pastimes that made you smile. It's not the seesaw, you're not the child. It's now, it's always now. 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 Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today's a gift. It's called the present. It's ever fresh. It's effervescent now. It's always 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 now.
Very now.
And now,
What time is it? It's now o'clock.
and now it's now o'clock. Thank you so
Wow.
much, Pam, Jay, Baba. Beautiful
Wow.
songs. Congratulations on a second album already coming out so soon. So exciting.
Beautiful voice, beautiful melodies, and beautiful lyrics, and just amazing, the whole thing. You are wonderful.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now switching gears a little bit. So, Pam sang the anthem, the Baba Zoom anthem, and I think of this as the Baba Zoom motto. Betty, You have to unmute.
I never remember. This just a word about Baba Zoom. There crying happens a lot in Baba Zoom. um, um, that everybody's welcome. Um, if you see a meeting on the calendar, except for ladies' tea, the guys can't come to that. And encouragement. No matter what you have to offer, if you offer something, it'll be appreciated. So this song, "All God's Critters," has been adopted by us. It was written by Bill Staines, folk singer who recently passed, and it's on this theme of everybody. Everybody has oh dear, has a place. So, and I, who didn't sing much at all before Baba Zoom, I still don't play an instrument, but I have a place there too. So, all God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on a telephone wire, and some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. Listen to the top where the little bird's singing on the melodies and the high notes ringing, and the hoot owl cries over everything, and the blackbird disagrees. Singing in the nighttime, singing in the day when the little duck quacks and he's on his way. The otter hasn't got very much to say, and the porcupine talks to himself. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on a telephone wire, and some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. The dogs and the cats, they take up the middle while the honeybee hums and the cricket fiddles. The donkey brays and the pony neighs and the old gray badger sighs. Listen to the bass, it's the one on the bottom where the bullfrog croaks and the hippopotamus moans and groans with a big to-do and the old cow just goes moo. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on a telephone wire, and some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. It's a simple little song sung everywhere by the ox and the fox and the grizzly bear, the dopey alligator and the hawk above, the sly old weasel and the turtle dove. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on a telephone wire, and some just clap their hands or paws or anything they've got now. Hey, Baba. The other thing about Zoom and RT, especially RT, is I always feel better after RT than when I came. So, so thank you, Angela.
Thank you, Betty.
Yay, yay. That's our motto song right there. So, I was going to share some words, and I'm actually really glad I wrote them out because I don't think I could have done this ad hoc. Anyway, here we are. So, hello, everyone. Jai Meher Baba. Welcome to the 4th year celebration. For those who don't know me, my name is Angela Lee Chen. I'm the founder and instigator, if you will, of Baba Zoom, partnered with Meher Baba, of course. Started as a single virtual meeting on March 18th, 2020, to discuss COVID as a community, we've grown a lot in these 4 years. I could spend this time running through all the things that we do as Baba Zoom, but all those activities are not the real story here. The true relevance of Baba Zoom is all the growth that has happened in a short time. Baba Zoom has certain advantages. Virtual meetings allow us to meet with people from across the country and across the globe in real time. It's very quick and easy to set up a spontaneous meeting, communicate about it virtually, and come together very fast. Participants do not have to plan travel or even get dressed to go out, as mentioned in some of the comments earlier. And there's no line for the bathroom at the intermission. But that's not the only advantage we have. BabaZoom started with an intention of collaborative creation. We tap into regular people's needs, interests, and passions, and empower you to create or host meetings. Sometimes all that is needed is to put you in touch with someone who will tech host a meeting with you. Other times we have sharing meetings, reading groups, and arty where the attendees co-create the meeting with their own participation. Collaborative creation allows for immense flexibility within meetings, a relaxed atmosphere, and a trust in our attendees. Wherever possible, we do not limit our meeting times for length, either short or long. With these advantages, there has been phenomenal development of the community-organized entity called BabaZoom. But there's also so much personal growth that has been a spin-off from regular participation in meetings. We've been a community of support through loss, trauma, an epidemic, and even armed conflict from across continents. I invite folks to share about how this community has helped them through some difficult times, because I will testify that the community has helped me. We've all grown in our ability to listen and in our freedom to speak. On BabaZoom, we have a culture of letting each have their say, using the digital hand raise function like a talking stick. We also have encouraged each other in creative self-expression. As Betty mentioned, people who were too shy to sing in front of others have been singing for Baba at Arty and have even started a Shy Folks concert once a month. People who are not writers are now writing poetry. People who are not artists are trying their hand at Baba portraits. Creativity requires courage to stretch beyond the safe. And it requires also an encouraging audience. You will not find a more encouraging community than BabaZoom regulars. Many who are living out of reach of Baba communities are now attending and even hosting Baba meetings. And the networking has been phenomenal, where collaborations have emerged across spans of geography. One example is a poet finding an editor through BabaZoom meetings who will soon be published by the new BabaZoom publishing wing. BabaZoom is a microcosm of the international Baba world. We represent all walks of life, all ages, all orientations and disorientations. And some of our most regular attendees are not even human, but are dogs and cats and birds. For anyone listening to this who is wondering how to join in the fun, like Betty said, just jump in. We're here for you, and you belong with us. This is our home. We are family. And Meher Baba is our glue. Everything we do in the organization called BabaZoom is to find more creative ways to come together as a community to celebrate Meher Baba and love for God. There's no single person or committee or board who creates these activities and events and posts. It's the combined efforts of all the volunteer hosts, the attendees, those who participate on our Facebook and WhatsApp groups, and also those who watch on YouTube later, that make BabaZoom dynamic, creative, relevant, and above all, loving and supportive. If you have an idea, we'll work together to make your idea manifest. A hearty thanks to all of you for keeping BabaZoom thriving. And thank you to Meher Baba, who brings us all together. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Jai Baba.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Wower. Yay, wower.
Jai Baba. May we continue to grow and grow. And please, everybody jump in and say a few words about BabaZoom. There's been a curiosity about how you found BabaZoom, but also, let's hear what you feel Baba Zoom has offered to you. And I will say that every single contribution is what builds Baba Zoom. So we'll take digital hands up, and Eva is first.
Thank you, Angela. That was so beautiful. Well, I remember when I first emailed you before I even attended a Baba Zoom, you suggested that I go to RT and that I would meet perhaps new friends. And you were right. I've met so many new friends, so many people that I love. And I just feel, it's like going up a mountain, and everyone at Baba Zoom is helping me, pulling me up and pulling me up. And also, I don't know if anyone here remembers a show from the 70s called Zoom. Well, this is an example of all I want to do. Come on and Zoom, come on and Zoom, come on and Zoom, 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 Zoom. Come on and Zoom, 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 Zoom. All I want to do is Zoom, 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 Zoom. Thank you, Angela. Thank you for giving us this space. And thank you to everyone here that beloved Baba has brought us all together. And I'm very happy. And I feel the love. Thank you.
Oh, Jay Baba. And your snoring doggy is a regular too. Does snoring doggy have a few words?
My doggies are usually chattier than I am. They make an appearance every RT.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Every
It's
Baba
wonderful.
Zoom.
Yeah, our policy of inclusion is not just every human, it's every species. All right.
Pioneers in art expression.
I didn't quite catch that.
Pioneers
Pioneers.
in express.
Yay. Anthony, you have a hand up?
Hey, Jay Baba, everyone. Oh my God, I can't even say enough about Baba Zoom. I come when I can. You go through spurts when you're able to do it all the time, and then when life comes in and you can't do it as much. But it's just completely changed my life. I don't even know where to begin with all of it. I think from just the years on the spiritual path, whatever the heck that means, and just the twists and turns of it, and then coming into Baba's orbit and reading the discourses and God Speaks. And I just, at least for me, I feel like you can't really get what the Baba world is and what it means to really be with him until you're with other people in the community of it. You read the discourses, you read God Speaks, you get the brilliance and the perfection of everything, you feel that little connection with Baba, but until you're really with everybody, it's like, at least for me, I couldn't really feel really what it meant to be a Baba lover. And there's so many parts of it. I think it's one part of it hearing from all the elders that have been around him forever and hearing the stories. That connects you into the whole past and what it meant, to have been around the Mandali and to have been around Baba. I felt like I got that whole transmission and just that whole energy, and then from Baba Zoom, and then just, from the people that aren't into that as much and just want to share our personal experiences of Baba from day to day and from our perspective, from each person's perspective of what Baba means to them. I feel like that was a whole nother transmission that I got over Baba Zoom. And there's just so many aspects of it. And every group has its own unique vibe. Some of it's more historical, intellectual, others are more, connecting you into, Merazad and Mandali Hall and what it and you can feel yourself right there. And you know, and then other times it's like, oh man, I don't want to hear about that as much. I just want to hear about your heart and what are you feeling on the day to day with Baba. And all of that's there, and you can just tap into any of it. And sometimes you change of what you need at different parts in your growth. And it's just incredible how it's all accessible at any time with the click of a mouse. And it's just an infinite world. And I don't think you can get this level of depth in other aspects of spiritual community. This just connects so many people in so many ways, so deeply. I think it's just taken spiritual community to a whole nother level. So I'm just so thankful to Angela and to everybody here. And I don't know, I could go on forever. Thank you so much, Jay Baba.
Wow, fantastic sharing. Thank you so much. One of the things that I find with the Baba world is that Baba is who he is, right? So he pulls people from everywhere. The interesting thing is that people who are completely separated by geography know each other from India or from Myrtle Beach or from, you know what I mean? Like, we already are all over. So for Baba Zoom to connect us all, it's not hard to do, but look how rich our community is. And as I mentioned in my little talk, you know, one of the things that I find so important is to trust that our community is wise and mature and has all these different dimensions and expertise and knowledge and and understanding. You know, understanding has no meaning. Obedience, love, surrender. And we help each other to hold on to his Dhamma. All right, enough from me. Michal.
Yeah, thank you for the shares until now. Well, Baba Zoom is such a treasure. It is very much a treasure. Well, first of all, the song that Betty sang was so exemplify what is happening here, because yeah, everyone is different and everyone is expressing himself different or herself different, and everyone is looking for something different, and there's such a wide ability to make contact to exactly what is answering your needs and your inner heart wishes, and all the videos that are impacted with, wow, this is just amazing. And what is amazing is there's no leader but Baba. There is no elder but Baba. I mean, the Mandali time is over, and now there is only us interacting with each other on the same level of how to live with Baba, how we understand Baba, how we what we want, you know, and there's mutual respect for each other to be on this level where there's no leader but Baba, and or Mera, or some of the things that we read in the books or we see in the videos of old time. This is new time. It's a new time. It's a now time, like Pam sang. It's a now time. It's a new time. It's a young time. It's a different time that Baba aimed for, and the energy is felt. And the energy is felt. So first of all, I want to say thank you, especially to Betty, who is here and who is the right hand woman of the Zoom. Yeah, she is doing a great job. Wow. And Angela, wow, every time, you know, this is such a gem. You had this vision of the community and the respect and the acceptability and the togetherness, and this wind, this taste, this fragrance has blown into the Zoom and has done it what it is. And it is exactly what Baba likes, you know, it's exactly what he likes to do with his very close and intimate people. He likes it to be like that, relaxed and feeling good and supporting each other and laughing with each other and joking with each other. And but just think that each of us have had before COVID times, maybe had 4-week meetings a month, 5 meetings a month about Baba, and each one in their homes. And here it is daily. It's a daily meeting. You want a daily meeting? Artie, Artie drunk, the tavern, the Artie Tavern, I go in, and if talking about how it helps personally in life, I come from Israel, those who don't know, and you do know there's a war here. You do know it's a very terrible war here, a very, very horrible humanistic situation, and heart tearing, and just sometimes, and I have to surface from this energy. I'm not hurt. My family, my house, my everything is just as it was before. So I'm very fortunate, and I thank Baba for everything. Sometimes I feel guilty for being in these conditions when right next to me, 1 hour away from my home, people are suffering so much. But just to be in this soup, of the energy, of the collective energy here, which is the only thing that I struggle with right now, and hopefully it will end and all of us will come back and resuscitate from this tragic thing. The arati, for instance, the sharings, the beauty, the Baba quotes, the poems, the singing, brings up my heart. It lifts up my heart. And I try to be in every morning arati. And it just does wonders. So because the energy here is the energy of Baba, and Baba is also soaking the Zoom. We are also putting our input in, but Baba is washing us in this tavern. So it's really a wonderful place to connect to this higher place of being, and to remember, to surface from these things that are happening. So Angela, you did such a beautiful job. Thanks every day to you, really. Thanks to Baba. Thanks to all of you who add. I know so many people I met. These people that I meet here, I never met before. Never, ever. Never met any one of you before. So Baba has allowed me to meet beautiful souls that love Baba and share Baba, and each one in their way. And the music and the concerts. Oh, Baba. And thank you, Pam. Wow. And thank you, Angela. And thank you, Cliff. And thank you, Betty, for the shy concerts. And thank you, Tina, for all the hymns that she's bringing. And thank you, Marcia, for the wisdom that you're bringing. Thank you, Al, for all the songs in Italian that you sang. And so, Eva, all the quotes and all the poems. And even Anthony, I know you from the Jeff, you don't know me, but I know you. Because I've been watching the Jeff Late Night Show, and it's not my time. It's 2:00 in the morning here. So I see you, I see your shares, I see your art. So I know you too. And Marcia, for your art. And I don't know who I'm seeing here again. Diane, who's doing the tea so wonderfully. And I don't know, I'm not looking. And Shalija, who used to host. So thank you, all of you, for being part of this, and Angela for coordinating it, initiating it. She is a Zoomy Wonder Woman, no doubt. Yeah, still. Jai Baba, thank you.
Jai Baba. It's all of you that inspire me, and I inspire you, and Baba inspires me, and Baba inspires you, and Baba's inspiring everybody. And if we name names, we can go on forever. And so now I just stop naming names, because then I'll forget somebody, and then, it'll be terrible. Everybody, thank you. And about the recordings, we have so many hundreds of thousands of hours at this point. I don't even know how many hours we have. I just figure that, we'll squirrel them away, and then our next lifetime, when we're like What was that thing there, Baba? We'll come back and we'll watch those videos and we're like, oh yeah, I remember now. Cliff, J Baba.
Jay Baba. Yeah, before COVID happened, it was all about, for me, going to India or going to Myrtle Beach or going to the Northeast Gather, Southeast Gather, all these Baba meetings in New York, the New York group, wherever we live, getting a chance to, travel, to hook up and then you only knew the Baba lovers that you would happen by chance to meet at these things. And it was more like that. So it was really actually a lot less. And some people don't even go to these places I'm mentioning or hardly ever do. So the ability to meet so many people and to every day have a Baba meeting is really incredible. And it was amazing to see what happened to so many people that were in remotely not able to ever get to Baba meetings or very rarely. The effect it had on their lives and the people that were the fear of COVID in the cities and just everywhere. It was just like overpowering, incredible when you start really thinking of what this is. And for me, my own personal growth through it actually, attempting to sing a little bit and share in a little different way than I had before really opened up a lot for me. And I know a lot of you probably feel similar to that, have a similar experience in that. Some of you are, gifted songwriters and singers and poets and storytellers, joke tellers. But anyway, I'm usually just like sitting behind a drum, not sharing too much in another way. So I thank you, Angela, for getting this all going for us and for the continuation of it and how, as COVID was dying down, how it just kept going. And the feeling I have, it won't go away. And there's so many opportunities for so many kinds of art and sharing between Effort and Grace and the arties and just all the meetings. It's really incredible. So thank you. And hi to everybody that a lot of you I didn't know before Baba Zoom. Jay Baba.
J Baba. Yeah. And Marcia.
Well, you've all pretty much said it all, but I'm trying to be impeccable with my words because I've learned how important that is to think before you speak so you don't hurt anyone and to be mindful. But anyway, I was like in Chicago in my beautifully carved out cage and shy, and we had a Baba group that was dismantled. And so when the COVID hit, I felt like we were Hollywood squares and everybody all over started connecting and then trusting each other. And it got to be pretty big. And the best part is actually running into some of you at the center in person, like, wow, look at that. There you are, and you're real. But anyway, we're all from the same soul. I believe that we're all Baba and we're just mirrors off of each other. So when somebody talks about something, I could say, wow, that's happened to me and I understand that. And you can be there for people and, just try to be there, but not tell them what to do because, yeah, and also I think a lot of it is really trusting. When I actually got down and surrendered to Baba a year or two ago, because I'm Jewish and it was really hard for me to accept Baba as God. And once I did that, boy, things have been moving along. And I feel like I started with that shy, I had to do an hour presentation on Zoom for my art. And that was like, oh my God. And when I finally did it, I was so freaked out about seeing myself in this video. I said, I was looking at the walls and looking at that. And I would never sing in public. And all of a sudden, I'm a blabbermouth. So it's really changed my life. And I love all of you. Shri Baba. Okay. And you got to meet my Gidget, my dog who's banned from the center. Anyway,
Actually, it is funny, speaking of Gidget.
she's
Because of
sleeping.
Baba Zoom, I feel like I knew her like from the moment she came into your life. And when she first met me in person, she was like, "Who are you?" I was like, "I know you." How do you
And then
not
she
know
had to
me?
peep. She got so excited when she saw you. She leaped.
Oh, she's so cute. She is
Yeah.
just the most gorgeous doggy. Well, yeah, I agree. Meeting people in real life after getting to know them so well on Baba Zoom, it's quite remarkable.
I think one important thing is we're really exposing ourselves. For me to be here and actually not hide behind my picture is amazing because I don't like sorry Facebook. I don't like all that, you know. And so for me to do that is like really hard. And I'm just getting over myself because that's what we have to get over is ourselves. So I think what Baba says, you have yourself, you have to die to yourself to find yourself. And yourself is your intuition, God speaking through you. So to me, like you said, there's all kinds of people. There's the people that analyze everything and the people that are artists. And we're all here because we're supposed to find our truth and share it. That we're all sharing, because that's how we're going to get to be pure enough to maybe be with Baba in his next incarnation. I think he's cleaning house now and, bringing in the new age. So but it's happening so fast. That's what's kind of freaking me out a little bit. It's going whoosh, like a whirlwind. Like, phew, flying by, right? Anyway,
So
I'll
true.
shut up now. See, you made me into a blabbermouth.
It's wonderful. What's interesting is that there's a lot more people watch these recordings than we might even realize because maybe I don't know if I still feel like, I go through life feeling like, lots of people don't know me and maybe that's just my own, my own whatever. And then, people who do say that they see me on Baba Zoom and we have that conversation. It's wonderful. But folks who have been in Baba meetings and have been recorded and that sort of thing, when they go to places like the center or to India, to Mehrabad, and they discover that people have been watching them on TV and they're a little bit of like, a bit of a star just because they've been on YouTube recordings. Anthony, when you get to India, I promise you, there's going to be like 30 people come up to you and say, you are real. I seen you on TV. It's really quite a phenomenon. Here we are, We're regular people doing our regular thing and we think of ourselves as whatever, but just imagine if we were this close in time to Jesus' time and you could record that. Imagine. Imagine. And here we are. We have this opportunity to 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 record this moment of time when we're just people. We're just hanging out among family. We're not trying to be professional. We're not trying to be polished and clean and prepared and formal, and we're just hanging with each other, talking as we talk, and that will be very, very precious in a few decades. I guarantee that because you can see it coming, you know what I mean? You can see it coming. It's going to be a time where it's going to be like, believe it or not, there's going to be somebody who's going to be like, well, Anthony Cortez said, I guarantee you there'll be a time. No pressure. We're just being ourselves. I don't mean this to be like, oh, now you need to watch what I say. We're going to be the ones that come back in the next life, and we're going to be the ones that say, oh, yeah, there was a time where we could just be basking in the presence of the sweetness of, the recentness of Baba's manifestation. Michal.
Yeah, I was thinking about the great thing that happens here with creativity, because this is bounce the creativity of everyone, and it is so beautiful. It's also a part and parcel of the Zoom. Like there was a time that we were more on the arty people, and suddenly everyone was writing lyrics and music and and that was or poems, and yeah. I think the support and the ease and the acceptability and the mixing, and that there is a sharing rather than an overseeing, and each one is so supported when they start budding. They start budding, and everyone is supporting and giving good feedback, and not live feedback, not not I don't know how to say the words, but not fake feedback, but real support. And so people feel like in an incubator, and they start growing. So this is the effect that I feel here, and so much love shared, so much heart shared, and beautiful place. Beautiful place.
A place where we can be our unpolished self.
Yeah.
Our unpolished natural self is so much more interesting than our, formal,
and there,
prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the courage that takes. It takes courage. Betty. Unmute again.
I wanted to mention inclusivity rather than sort of dissing the older religions. We encourage and honor the truth. We even Zoroaster. It's almost for fun in our tea. We recite the 101 names of God in a language so old it isn't Zend. It's called, that isn't spoken anymore. We honor the truth that is in all religions. We celebrated Hanukkah, the 8 days of Hanukkah. We'll be honoring Nowruz coming up. That's Persian New Year. We delight in the Christian hymns. We sing them all the time in our tea. It's definitely honoring the truth that is throughout all the major religions. That's all. Thanks.
And on the flip side, we don't artificially try to, include everything. I have looked at, these holidays. They have them online, where it's every single holiday. Well, if nobody's here to bring it authentically, we're not going to bend ourselves over trying to make it so inclusive. It's whoever brings whatever they come with. And if you're sharing authentically, then it's extremely welcome. So, yeah. It's as complete as we make it, right? So, Marcia, that just means no pressure.
No pressure. I just feel like Bob is the first cause, and that we just have to keep it in our mind that everything that's happening is because Bob is doing it through us, and that he's not into temples and churches. He lives inside us. So that's the most important thing to remember, is that Baba is in all of us. It's just that sometimes when your heart gets too crowded, there's no room, and he doesn't like that. He wants to be like what Jeff Wolverton would say, get in the back seat and let Baba do the driving, because he's driving, and you have to, when you surrender to just obeying him, and that's really important. I always think, I remember Baba, I obey Baba, I serve Baba, I love Baba, I surrender myself to Baba, and then I bathe myself in Baba whenever I'm in trouble, and I really go to him first. That's it, and I accept all religions and it's all the same. So I don't know why people are all arguing about God. God is. So I was trying to think one day, I was talking to my daughter. She's been with Baba since me, but I said, well, what would you rather have me say? Is Baba? She said, oh, Baba's God, or the creator. Because sometimes people hear Baba and they think that we're a cult, because, oh, it's a Baba group, the Baba lovers, like Christian fundamentalists or what are those Watchtower people? So it's just better to keep an open mind that we just believe all religions are God, the same thing, and hang in there. Anyway, I'll be blabbing too much, but life is, we start focusing on what's beautiful instead of the negativity, and don't watch the news before you go to bed. You're a lot better off. These people listen to the news before they go to sleep, and they don't know why they can't sleep.
No,
Well,
look at Baba. Yeah.
This is a much
I
better
can't sleep
alternative,
because
right?
I just saw somebody, we pray for these people that are having problems everywhere, because it's just for whatever reason, we don't know. And Baba, he says, you can't understand your time. My time is not the same as your time. So just, pray and be, what do you call, empathetic, and I've had so many things happen to me in my life that I listen to people and say, oh, that happened to me 30 years ago, and you'll be fine. But everybody has to go through what they go through because that's where you're at in this life. So you just have to accept this is what was given to me from what I did before. And if you do it your best every day and go to bed, you sleep pretty good mostly. I think I do. I can sleep standing up.
I had
Anyway,
this vision. I
yeah,
had
I'll be
this.
quiet.
I had this vision that Baba Zoom would be 24/7. That you could, just tune in like anytime, just like a TV station is 24/7. It's just like on and on with all that stuff. Well, you know what? What if we're having this conversation with Baba like 24/7?
It
Throughout
will
the
be.
He is there
night, throughout the
he is
day, and
He
one
is
of these days.
24/7, and you're a gift to all of us. I just want to
Oh,
thank you because
Baba
none of
is
this.
24/7.
You're, I mean, you're like a genius. I've seen. If you go to her place where she lives, her office, she does everything. She makes perfume. She makes soap. She makes books. Oh my God! It's like what don't you do, Angela? Anyway, I'll be quiet.
Come over and
Go to
see my
get too big.
canvases.
Don't let your provisional ego get too big, right?
Oh gosh, it's all Baba. I'm having a lot of fun with Baba. Yeah, come over and visit the canvases. I just got them in yesterday. Jeff, I saw your hand up earlier.
Hey, Bob. Oh, thank you. Wow. Uh, thank you, Angela. Thank you, Betty. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. This creation that Baba has placed through you, Angela, and Betty, and some other people who have put in so much heart and soul, it is really, really the most beautifully spiritual, intimate fantasy I think anybody could have
Yeah.
if we were thinking about what's the most ideal way to connect with spiritually sensitive people, especially Baba lovers. I just, I say it this way because that's what I'm feeling now. What we have and what you were the catalysts to do, and Cliff, and Peter, and so many others, Jeff Wolverton's wonderful Everett Grace classes, Margie's thing on Thursdays, and so many other wonderful gatherings, Pam Rubenstein singing, and others. It just touches my heart. I think all of our hearts so much. I mean, I could name so many people that have touched my heart. Actually, everybody, whether it's Michaela or Tina, Eva, Ralph, I hardly know you folks, but I feel you in a way that I love to be in my life. Because we go through our lives 10 years, 30 years, 60 years, whatever it is, and we're working out there in the world. And we really would love to have working relationships the way we have it here. And in my own personal life, this is a very beautiful part of my personal life. It's just very personal. How could it be more personal than the way we have heard Pam sing today, Betty sing today, you, Angela, sing today? Others sing on different days. I mean, I hear Rosalie speak the way she does in sometimes very unexpected ways. But I gotta say, it's something like this. Many years ago, there's a whole group of us in Manhattan who were yogis, who were into meditation, and we would meet at Central Park West and 86th Street in the afternoons, and we'd do meditation, folk songs. And anyway, somebody said, next Friday, I'm going to come in with a yellow school bus. Anybody who wants to get on the bus, have a knapsack, have some money, have a sleeping bag, and we're going to just take a trip. Well, about 40 of us got on that bus that Friday afternoon, and we spent the next 7 weeks traveling across the country like we have a meeting today, and we've had many other meetings where we slept in the woods. We went into supermarkets. We got food that was 2 or 3 days old. We went into lakes, 40, 50 of us chanting Sri Ram, Jai Ram. We went into people's homes from here to Mill Valley, California. We'd sing All You Need Is Love, All You Need Is Love with the Beatles for hours. No drugs, no sex. Believe it or not, it was in the 70s, 1974, the summer of 74, and I had the most delineating experience of my life of love from the heart center up. And I'm thinking here, should I say it? Should I not say that experience? Because this is that experience, what, maybe over 35 years later, and it means so much to my being, to my heart. Uh, this is just the most unique spiritual community that anybody could possibly imagine. You can't imagine unless you come in and spend a little time. And I mean, Meher Baba, as we begin to sense him, feel him, read what he writes, talk about him as we connect, this is like such an incredible manifestation of his spiritual vessel. Yes, extraordinary. I mean, and there's beautiful, insightful sharing, whether it's Peter Nordeen today, or it's Jeff Wolverton tomorrow, or it's Angela the next day, or it's Pam Rubenstein the day after, or it's you, Betty, and on and on and on. It's not only beautiful wisdom, but it's loving wisdom shared in right there in the heart. I think I'm going to stop right there because I said what I really didn't think I could say is with all the thumphing around. I am so grateful to Baba. I'm so grateful to each person that comes to these meetings. And Cliff, I've enjoyed your drumming, and you are such a quiet person, it seems, but I know you're not as quiet as you come across, Cliff. I shouldn't say that, but who knows? You are a guy with a lot of humility. I don't know why I'm saying this, but
I
you
actually talk
come.
too much.
Well, I haven't heard that, but I just say thank you, Baba. That's the best way I can just end and say thank you all and thank you, Baba. I could never imagine such a beautiful spiritual community that really is in the heart and really cares for one another and is, you know, my father used to say it's all for one and one for all. And I'll leave you with this. I'm 35 years old. My father is 70. And I said to my dad, I love you very much. And I I'm worried that you're going to die soon because he looked very old at 70. And Baba introduced me, or rather, my father introduced me to Baba by saying these words, which happened a few years later with Baba. My father said to me, when I was worried he was dying, driving in the car on the Triborough Bridge in Manhattan, he said, Jeff, you're my son. You're my son, and we are one. We are all one. I will never die. I will live forever. Jeff, I never forgot it was Jeff. You're my son. Jeff, you're my daughter. We are all one. I will never die. I will live forever. It's like, that's Baba. We are all his. We are one. We are his one. We are one with one another. We will
It's
never
your,
die.
it's,
We will,
your
we will
father
never.
said you are not, we are not, you and I are not we, but one. It's the same thing he's
It's
saying.
amazing his wisdom.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
And that's the way Baba has brought us together. That's the way Baba is. We are one. He will never die. We will never die. It says in the Bhagavad Gita, you will never die. Yes, this little physical shell, but our consciousness, as was mentioned earlier, that consciousness Peter mentioned, travels to our next lifetime and our next lifetime.
We're gonna have one big hearty party one day, maybe, with everyone. That would be cool, right? Yeah.
And we just had one right as you
Yeah, but
shared
I'm
those.
talking about
I
all
know.
the
Well,
connections. Yeah.
Sounds
Baba
good.
says,
That's
Baba
great.
says to die to our small self in order to live forever in our big self. So yeah, we never die, but
That's what it is all about. Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Baba.
yeah, Jay Baba, Jay Baba.
Baba.
So if there are folks who haven't shared and you think that everything's been said, even if you say the same thing that you think somebody else said, it's always a surprise, just like Jeff said. It's always a surprise when somebody says something you actually don't expect it, even if it's quote unquote the same thing. It's not. So I encourage you to share if you want to. Eva?
I may be sharing what I shared in the beginning. I've been so forgetful. I don't remember. But Jeff, I love you. That was just.
We can't see you, darling.
Oh, I'm in the kitchen with the dogs. Here, Jeff, you have to, oops, there it is. You've just touched everyone on these little squares, and I was so touched, and your father is so wise. But what I was thinking was that about the creativity tsunami. My partner is not a Baba lover, but Baba is his muse. He's written 5 Baba songs already, and he's writing a song for Silence Day. I'm like, wow. And also, when I'm cranky about something and I just want to complain about something, he says to me, Eva, a very wise man once said, don't worry, be happy. And sometimes I regret having told him that, because I just want to complain. And I want him to remind me of what Baba said. I just want to keep on blah, 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 just complaining. So it's just, it's for me, it's an example of Baba's beautiful love, that he's touched someone like that and just awakened something in him that was dormant. He hadn't written anything for years. And so I'm so touched by that. And I just feel the love. And again, I wanted to say, Angela, thank you for everything. I have so much to be grateful for. Noreena's mystical language, my book club partner, Betty, for encouraging us to really sing, and Tina's beautiful songs, and Jeff's beautiful stories, and everyone, everyone, love you. I love you all so much.
And Eva is a great host too. And her husband is a Baba liker. She keeps saying he's not a Baba
Where?
lover. He's a Baba liker.
Here's the thing. There was someone who pointed out that, I was saying something like, oh, isn't it amazing that, there's a possibility of that we might be able to bring Baba to people's hearts, and they might, waken up to Baba. And the person said, well, if Baba's in your heart already, then how can you bring him to your heart? And when you define it that way, when you really think about it, it's really who isn't a Baba lover. There's no way that anyone is even not a Baba lover. Baba's in your heart, it's just a matter of either being conscious of it or resisting it or any of those things. So there's nobody who isn't a Baba lover.
We read something or see something on TV, and they'll look at me and they'll say, oh, that's so Baba.
Oh, see? So just call him a Baba lover. It's fine. Yeah. We accept him. He's one of us. We accept him just fine.
A Baba liker. Don't, a Baba liker is good
don't
enough
force him.
For the
don't
beginning.
Force him.
Don't scare him. Don't scare him.
But by definition, how do you even define what a Baba lover is? Everyone who has a heart, even species not even human, we're all Baba lovers, right? How can you even draw the line anywhere? Rosalie. Oh, yes, go ahead.
I come not to teach.
Yeah, well, certainly, Angela, I have to thank you for making it so easy. Because I'm not tech, I don't even like the technology. So thank you for that. And also very Aquarian, it's like all the people, we're moving into Aquarius, it's like not talk down stuff. So we're all sharing our experience of Baba. And And mine, because I was confined to my house, basically, whatever, no one wants to get a disease and die, right? We have to die of something, but you want to choose a better death, you know. But no, it had to be this, you know, and I absolutely love that I can see someone that I met in England or India just by tuning in, you know, because I'm here at the center in Myrtle Beach. So I always see people I knew from California because they all come here because it's the universal center, you know, but, you know, I will say one thing. Someone says you don't have to watch what you say. You have to always watch what you say. You know, I'm not saying I'm good at it, but you have to watch what you say. You know, it's just how it is. That's how life is. You have to watch what you say. But anyway, I'm grateful. And of course, the music. I mean, you know, it's like it got me through the pandemic to know the music and you know, Darwin's book and, you know, just the focus and the mystical language for sure, because it says, Baba says, see me live in you in small ways of life, the everyday ritual of selfless harmony. And I thought, who but God would say the everyday ritual of selfless harmony? You know, it is a ritual. You eat, you know, you get rid of what you don't need in your body, and you know, it's every day, you know. But anyway, the opportunity, I won't say that I love hearing it's a Baba family because I'm the black sheep of my family, so I don't relate. I related in India with the Manjali that's my family, because a spiritual family is, you know, it was very easy to see this is my family. I just have to keep moving closer and closer in the circle. I had this dream one time, and it's kind of like the internet, you know, and us joined, that we were in Myrtle Beach practicing to be in the circle, you know, because we're practicing, you know, we're devotional. You know, I'm still Catholic, like I was brought up, but it's fun now being Catholic. You know, it's like, I know that, you know, not only has Christ come back, but he's manifesting. You know, it's like, and it's such a thrill, speaking of things like Zoom, for me to watch all the Baba things that have been put on the YouTube. It is just a feast beyond belief. And like Baba says, that visual image, film or television, whatever, it's the most potent. So, and we have it, you know, on YouTube, and we have it on Baba Zoom. You know, anyway, I'm very grateful. And Jai Baba, thank you.
Jay Baba. Yeah, I don't mean say anything, but I do mean be natural. So not to overly wring our hands about what we're gonna say. And Tina.
Yes, I have to pin myself. I'm an extrovert, and I was severely tested by COVID because I was, you know, out every night. And so I'm very grateful to you, Angela, for creating Baba Zoom. And it has really enriched my life and brought me closer to Baba. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
And I'll say that you have enriched ours.
Yeah,
And
I wanted
everyone
to say the
here.
same. Yeah.
And everyone
Thank
here
you.
has enriched each other's, and it's all about community.
Yes, absolutely.
Betty.
Just wanted to repeat what I said. Now I've raised my hand. That he's the awakener. He came right on his tomb. He says, I come not to teach, but to awaken. So that's himself in us.
Yeah. Yeah. And that goes back to we don't really have to try. We have to actually wake up. There's nothing to try to do. We just are. We're already. We are already. We can't find what isn't lost because he's here already. What a concept, you know what I mean? All right. Well, unless other hands come up. Oh, there was something I wanted to share. I just remembered. So, I'll share this, and then if there's still somebody who wants to share, very welcome. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, darn it. Okay. Not cooperating. Ah, here it is. Okay. So, just wanted to share this because I drew this frame by frame and it's an animation. So if we could have a moment of silence to enjoy this.
Beautiful, Angela. Baba's saying, I love you. Mm.
Love and forgiveness, both the same.
It's such a treat that this turned out the way it did because I literally had no idea. I was drawing each frame and then I allowed the app to play it one frame at a time, and look at this. It looks so old school animation. I just love it. Jay Baba.
Wow.
All right. Oh, Emmy. I was hoping you'd have something to say.
Sometimes silence is even more powerful than anything I could say. So just feeling the expansive spaciousness that's provided in Baba Zoom. And I loved that metaphor of a feast. I feel like there's just an infinite amount of creativity that is inspired in this space. And it's such a endless gift to get to just look for what's new on Baba Zoom and watch the recordings and be present for what I can be present for, and then have an eternal present moment with watching something that was recently recorded. So I'm just, yeah, filled with gratitude and feeling oceans of love. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. And if we are creating our own lives, our own universes, my goodness, a little bit of creativity to write a song or a poem, that's nothing. We're creating the whole world around us, and we're so infinitely creative. We are God in human form, nothing less, right? Diane, Terry, looking forward to hearing from you.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and Baba and Mara. I said this in the chat, but Baba Zoom for me has been like Baba Boot Camp, and it propelled me into the stratosphere in ways, because I came to Baba in 2013, but it wasn't until 2020 that I really started to understand who Baba was and the effect he had. And I know you're very, very modest, Dr. Chen, but you turned the key. Many people have been given the key, but they didn't know what to do with it. But you knew what to do with it. And I cannot thank you enough because it changed my life. And Baba talks about that we need to be of service, and this has been the ultimate service. And I thank everybody who has contributed to helping this boat stay afloat. Oh, that rhymed. And we have to jump off, but I want to wish my beautiful other half a happy 71st birthday.
Yay!
So,
Well, that's a perfect time. Happy birthday to
Yeah.
Baba Zoom and happy birthday to Terry. Ready? Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday
Birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear
Terry and Baba Zoom.
Baba Zoom.
Baba Zoom.
Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday
you.
to you.
And Diane is a beautiful host, really, in two Zooms. I saw you also in that Zoom.
You know,
So-
Angela, I hear people whose birthdays on Bubba's birthday or Mara's birthday, or they're born on, you know,
And you and
Patrick's
Bubba's Zoom.
birthday or Eric's birthday. And I was such a futurist. I was born on Bubba's Zoom. Woo-hoo! I love you all, and I'm so grateful, obviously to Bubba, but to you all that you've taken his hand, his daman, and come here to be with us in such a full and beautiful way. I'm just, and my heart is so full I can barely speak. So, mwah.
bye-bye, everybody. Jai Baba.
Bye.
Have a great
Jai
day.
Baba.
Happy
Bye-bye.
birthday to
Hugs and kisses to
Time,
everyone.
Baba
Mwah, mwah,
TJ.
mwah. Very good place to end the recording. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
Mahatma. We should sing the 7 names of God before we go.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do we? Mahatma Allah Ahura Mas Gara Yazadanhu Hari Paramatma Allah Ahura Mas Gara Yazadanhu Meher Baba Hari Paramatma Allahu Ramas Gara Yazadan Hu 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 Hari Meher Baba Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai Avatar Meher
Avatar Meher Baba
Jai
ki
Jai
jai.
Baba everyone in the universe.
Jai Baba.
Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Baba. Oh.
Jai Baba.
Yay, Baba.